Hey everyone, it's Ryder from Skip. It's Sunday, September 5th. I hope you're having a great Labor Day weekend. Important video today on EIDL 2.0. This is the changes to the EIDL program. Both the EIDL rules and the loan limit. It's set to go live this coming week after Labor Day. I want to talk about how you can be prepared for this next EIDL version so you don't miss out on potentially thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars in new funding or potentially saving tens of thousands of dollars. Be sure to watch this video until the end so you know what to do, whether you're an entrepreneur, small business owner, or anywhere in between. There is billions and billions of dollars in additional low interest financing for your business. And now is the time to act if you want to grow your business and you need capital. It's so important to understand your options right now. You know, nearly 4 million businesses in the U.S. have received EIDL loans, and hundreds of thousands have received EIDL loan increases as well. Be sure to watch until the end. And if you're new, hit subscribe. We're covering videos all week long to keep you in the know. And consider giving this video a thumbs up as well. Let's try to get to 3,000 likes. Okay, before I talk about the 5 questions you need to keep in mind for EIDL 2.0. Here's a quick recap of where we are at today with the EIDL program. Well, most of you are familiar with this program, of course, but just to recap, this loan provides economic relief to small businesses and nonprofit organizations that are currently experiencing a temporary loss of revenue. The latest report shows that since the COVID-19 EIDL program went into effect April 2020, there have been 3.8 million EIDLs approved for a total dollar amount of over $262 billion. Over $262 billion. That's massive. You can see approvals by state. They issue new reports every single week. And you can also look up any EIDL loan or EIDL advance recipient on our website. Go to helloskip.com/EIDL-data. If you've received any EIDL funding, whether it was $1,000 grant or a $500,000 loan, chances are you'll find it right here in this lookup. Meanwhile, the $30 billion set aside for targeted EIDL advances, aka grants, of course, it's not looking good. There were more approvals last week for the targeted advances, and we're finally getting close to 400,000 approved. But, and this is the big but, millions of you are still waiting for these grants. Only $3.3 billion has been allocated for targeted advances. There's $30 billion set aside for this program. If and when the infrastructure bill passes and is signed into law, a lot of this extra funding will be taken away from this grant pot of money and given to the infrastructure bill and funding infrastructure projects. That's not finalized yet, so if you qualify and you live in a low-income area as defined by the census, you can be eligible for a targeted EIDL advance. That's up to $10,000. Plus the additional $5,000. I don't want to harp on this because I know most of you either have received your EIDL grants or you know you're not going to get it. So let's focus on what's actually practical for you and your business. There's still tons and tons of capital out there to help you. So even though not getting the $10,000 grant is disappointing millions of you, there are other options, and that's what I want to focus on here. EIDL 2.0. We broke this news first a few weeks ago that this was going live. And in short, the SBA said they would announce this on August 16th. There were internal delays, so we heard last week that they would announce it finally, the new rules, the new terms after Labor Day. So that could be Tuesday, it could be Wednesday. Whenever it comes out, we are going to break the news here first, not only by video, but also on our app. So go download our free app. It is HelloSkip in the App Store and Google Play. The link is right below. Join the hundreds of thousands of others that are using our app to find out about new opportunities first. So that's what we'll do either Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever it is announced. And 2 main changes here. First, how you can use the funds. You can use it for prepayment of commercial and credit card debt. Also to pay off principal and interest debt owned by the federal government. We don't know if there are going to be expanded uses of funds beyond this, beyond what was in these slide presentations. There may very well be when we see the new policy rules live on the SBA website. Of course, the second big one is increasing the loan limit from $500K to $2 million. Many of you have already figured out how much you can potentially get, but if you are curious, we have a calculator on our website. When you're logged into the Skip dashboard, you can calculate your EIDL loan increase. If you don't have a Skip account, go to EIDL2.com to put in your email so then you can get access to this calculator. A lot of the things on the website complement our app, so we recommend getting both the Skip app and logging into the Skip website. So without further ado, here are the 5 most common questions that we are hearing from you when it comes to the EIDL loan increase. There's another common one that I'm not covering here, which relates to the collateral that may be required for these increases. I'm not going to talk about that much now because frankly, we just don't know yet what the collateral requirements will be until we get the rules. As soon as we do, I will cover it in depth because I know a lot of you are wondering about that. So the first question is, are you eligible for an EIDL increase? And if so, for how much? So I just showed you the EIDL calculator we put up with basic rules. There are exceptions to that. Second question is it the best decision to increase my EIDL loan amount or not? So it's important to remember there is still interest on these loans, interest accruing every single day. I've given a few examples of this over the past few weeks. In fact, I recommended checking your EIDL balance before requesting an increase. We've gone over this on the blog as well, how you can log in and see your current balance and your current daily interest rate. So here's an example right here where you can see your balance, the daily interest accrual, which in this example is $51.37. So quite a bit of money on a daily basis. You can see your outstanding interest and your total interest and your current payoff balance. This is very important for a few different reasons. But on the one hand, there's cheap capital. You're locking in this case, $500,000. Maybe in your case, it's tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars at a low interest rate that frankly you can't be beat. 3.75% over 30 years or 2.75% if you're a nonprofit, but there is still a lot of interest there. So you need to understand your business needs. Do you need all this capital now or not? The third question, what should you do if you're in EIDL reconsideration or have been denied? You know, our polls have consistently showed the majority of people still aren't approved for their increases. Our last poll showed 50% of people have either been denied or are denied and are trying reconsideration. We, of course, have a reconsideration template. This post, by the way, I'll link to in the description as well. And almost a quarter of you are still waiting for an initial decision. So we can help answer some of those questions, what you should do if you are still waiting or if you've been denied. The fourth question we've heard, how can you use the expanded uses of EIDL funds to help your business, even if you don't take on more funding? So many of you, it might not be relevant for you to get more than $500K. Your original loans were in the tens of thousands of dollars, perhaps in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you aren't necessarily eligible for more funding, but with the new rules, you may be able to take advantage of what you can use this EIDL funding for. In particular, if you have other high interest loans that you've taken out to help support your business, depending on the circumstances, depending on the final rules, you may be able to pay off some of that other debt that has higher interest rates. So that's very important, and it's not getting a lot of attention, but this can be huge for many of you. If you are stuck in high single digits or even double digits debt, let's say for a business credit card, potentially with these new rules, you'll be able to pay off that business debt with the new low interest loans. So that alone could potentially save you thousands of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars in interest payments. Finally, the fifth here is what are other funding options that may complement EIDL loans. So thinking beyond EIDL loan, many of you are somewhere in the process, beginning, middle, or end. And of course, there's a life beyond EIDL loans as well. But the good news is, at least for now, and probably for the next couple months, because of the recent jobs report that wasn't very positive, the Fed will likely keep interest rates low for the time being. Still, time is of the essence, but there is other low interest financing options out there, both public and private options. We talk about some of those here, but more importantly, if you want personalized help for any of these, we opened up a few more spots today over the long weekend. We'll give you one-on-one support and help you answer all of these questions. There are a few spots left as of recording this. If you're interested, you want to check availability, potentially get personalized support either ahead of EIDL 2.0 or during EIDL 2.0 or just for other funding options. That link will be the first one in the description for you, so feel free to go check it out. So just to recap the questions you should be asking yourself as you think about EIDL 2.0, the new rules that should go live after Labor Day. Of course, if you do one thing, hit subscribe on this video and give this video a like, but you should also ask yourself, are you eligible for an EIDL increase? If so, for how much? You can do that on our website, EIDL2.com, for free. Is it the best decision to increase my EIDL loan amount or not? What should you do if you are in reconsideration or you've been denied? How can you take advantage of the new rules to help your business, even if you don't take additional funding? How can you still save money with the new rules that are set to go live? And finally, what other funding options may exist to help your business, to help complement this SBA funding. Thanks so much for watching till the end. The few important links right below. This is a huge opportunity to continue to grow and support your business. We have even more tips this coming week, by the way, so stay tuned for that. Most importantly, I hope you're having a great Labor Day weekend. Stay well, stay healthy, and I'll see you tomorrow.